Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney. Today I am sharing 5 easy DIYs that will help you display your greenery and florals. So let's get right to it. To start off with this DIY, I had one of these buckets that originally came from the Target dollar spot, and I started by getting this metal handle. I thought I could just pull it off, but I ended up having to use my tin snips to get the handle off. Once that was finished, I needed some dowel rods. I have run out of the shorter dowel rods, so I grabbed some of the longer ones from Dollar Tree and I cut them in half with my miter shears. Once the dowel rods were all cut, it was time to hot glue them to this small tin. So I started by just putting some hot glue towards the end of each of the dowel rods, and I started just by gluing one on, and then I did the opposite side and the opposite side, and I ended up attaching 8 dowel rods to this metal bucket. I had some of the Dollar Tree Nautical rope on hand and I was ready to start attaching this. So for the bottom portion of this little container, I took some hot glue and I smushed the rope in between each of the dowels, and then I kind of pulled it over the dowel, and then I put hot glue on the metal part, and it kind of gave it a wavy appearance, and I did this all the way until I got to the top of the metal bucket. To finish off this planter, I grabbed the rope and I pulled it on the front side of the dowel rod and I wrapped it around, and then I pulled it again to the next one on front side, wrapped it around, front side, wrapped it around, and I kept doing this until I got to the very top of the dowel rods. To finish off the top, I took the rope and I put some hot glue all the way around the top of the dowel rod, wrapped the rope around, and it kind of covered up the tops of the dowel rods. And then this little weaved basket container, whatever you want to call it, is ready for some greenery. For this DIY, you need to pick up a glass vase. This one came from Dollar Tree, and the main thing here is you need to make sure that the base of the vase, the diameter of that, is larger than the top of the vase. So to get started, you want to grab a pack of bamboo skewers. These again came from Dollar Tree, and you're going to start by hot gluing the skewers to the base of the vase and do it for, I don't know, about 2 inches worth of hot glue. You don't want to glue it all the way up the vase, but just like I said, about 2 inches on the bottom. Get them secured to the vase. With the skewers all hot glued to the base, I'm going to take some yarn. Now you could use twine, you could use ribbon, you could use rope, but I chose to use some white yarn, and I'm going to start hot gluing it around the base of the vase. How many times can I say base of the vase? A little hack here, one of my favorite things, when you are wrapping something around, grab yourself a Lazy Susan. It makes it so much easier. With the base all wrapped, I have to be honest, I wasn't quite sure how tall I wanted to make this. You could trim these bamboo skewers before you put there. I thought I'd maybe trim them after I got to the top of the vase, but what I ended up doing was just taking my tin snips and I just loosely trimmed off the tips of the bamboo skewers, and then I wrapped the top portion of this with some more white yarn. To finish off this vase, I took some thicker twine rope I had and I put a piece of that on the top and bottom portion of my sections of white yarn. This next DIY will literally only take you 5 minutes to make, and it's a great little thing that you can make if you're giving somebody a small succulent. It's just a way to kind of amp up that gift. To start this project, you want to grab a wood slice. This one came from Hobby Lobby, and you want to drill 3 holes in the circle, making sure to space them evenly as you drill. Once you have the holes, you want to grab some twine. You could use yarn, you could use ribbon, and you want to feed it through each of the holes, making sure that the length of the pieces of twine are all the same, and you want to knot it on the bottom side of the wood slice. The last step is to take your 3 pieces of twine and knot them off at the top and trim off the extra. The Dollar Tree small terracotta pots fit on this perfectly, and here you've got a cute little plant hanger. This DIY is probably one of my most favorite plant greenery flower hangers that I've ever made, and it was what got me featured on Dollar Tree's Instagram page, which I was super excited about. You want to start here with a piece of foam board from Dollar Tree. I just used a vase to trace around the base of it to make a circle, and then taking some of the white rope from Dollar Tree as well as the brown Nautical rope, you're going to alternate wrapping around, starting on the base with the white, hot gluing it to the base here. You're going to wrap around with the white rope one time and then wrap around with the brown rope, white rope, brown rope, and you're going to keep doing that until you get to the top. To make sure that the bottom looked nice as well, I did go ahead and continue this wrapping. After I got the top finished, I just flipped it over and wrapped, alternating the brown and the white on the base of this. And then I just added 3 pieces of rope as the hanger, knotted it off at the top, and this DIY was finished. The last little planter here is one made out of air dry clay. This was from DIYS and it came in the terracotta color already, which was awesome. I started by rolling it out and cutting my shape, which was a rectangle, to make my planter. Once I got the shape I wanted, I poked 4 holes, 1 in each corner, and I made sure that it went all the way through the clay. And then I wanted this to be kind of a bent shape, so I took a candle and I just wrapped some parchment paper around it, and then I draped this over it so that I could let it air dry. Now, after the top was already hard, you have to make sure that when you pull it off the candle, the underneath side is still going to be wet and it will need more time to dry. Once this was dry, I took a paintbrush and dipped it in some white paint, and I just flicked little white paint all over the bottom and the top of this. Then I grabbed some twine and fed it through 4 different pieces, each through a hole, and knotted it off on the bottom. Pulled it to the top, again, knotted it off, and then I put an air plant on there, which is perfect for me because I am a plant serial killer, and air plants are really hard to kill. And there you go, another great little greenery holder. And there you have it, 5 ideas to make some greenery holders for the upcoming springtime. You could also put flowers in these just as easy. Let me know down below which one of these was your favorite. Also let me know, do you typically in the spring like to decorate with more greenery, or do you like to use more florals? Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Here are some more videos that you might enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!